A ex-UConn senior has been sentenced in relation to shooting his high school classmate to death and kidnapping the victim's girlfriend. Things did not go well in this situation and has ultimately culminated in death and now conviction. The 26-year-old Connecticut man will likely spend the rest of his life behind bars after the judge sentenced him to more than half a century in prison for fatally shooting his high school friend and kidnapping the victim's girlfriend during a crime spree. Incidentally, by the way, in many states, that would be a capital offense because many states define capital murder to be murder plus other stuff. And so murder in furtherance of a kidnapping, for example, would punch the ticket. So I suppose he's lucky that he's not facing the death penalty. So good for him. The judge sentenced the guy to 55 years old for killing the 23-year-old and then kidnapping the man's girlfriend. The sentences will be served concurrently, and that means at the same time. So that's kind of disappointing, I suppose. And he must still be sentenced for another death in the spree, which would also be capital murder, by the way. 2 murders, right? Murder plus stuff. Murder plus another murder would also typically be capital murder. So apparently, he also murdered a 62-year-old with a samurai sword and then wounded an 80-year-old and then holding that homeowner hostage. He's apparently a fan of the murder kidnappings. He likes the murders and he likes the kidnappings. Unclear which he likes more. He apparently apologized to the family, but they didn't accept it. I guess maybe he got them the wrong card. He needed to really spring for the higher dollar value card at Hallmark. The 99-cent card wasn't doing it. He really needed to get one of those $10 or $15 cards. I know they're a little pricey, but sorry for the murder kidnapping. I think you really want to up your apology game. Maybe get them an edibles arrangement. I'm not sure which edible arrangements is best to express the sorrow for the murder kidnapping, but maybe the experts can help you figure out which fruits best express your sorrow. Authorities say the defendant committed the acts as part of a sprawling multi-state spree. Apparently, his motorcycle broke down. He was offered a ride and then attacked the guy. The victim's 80-year-old neighbor tried to help him, but then he attacked him too and held the local homeowner hostage for 24 hours. I asked him if he wanted to talk about what took place with the murder, and he told me he hadn't slept in 5 days and just flipped. Okay. He said he didn't know why he did it and he was remorseful. Okay. I mean, expressing remorse for the murder kidnapping by committing another murder kidnapping is a very strange way of expressing some remorse. I don't know that that's how that works. And then he apparently fled the home with his truck and firearm and fatally shot his high school classmate. Court records show he fled to Connecticut and then held the captive at gunpoint for more than 7 hours, found unharmed at the rest stop in New Jersey. So I guess New Jersey also is going to sentence him, so that should end really, really well for him in his multi-state binge. Thus, that brings us to the end of the story of Peter over here, who looks like a Peter, who apparently went on a multi-state, multi-day, multi-murder, multi-kidnapping spree. And so, yeah, for some reason, in Connecticut and apparently New Jersey as well. So, you know, he's been sentenced to more than 50 years for some of it. And I guess New Jersey will also be sentencing him to some. So I wouldn't really expect him to get out ever. And that is the end of that story.